of a splash of asphalt live race talk. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about how Dodge might go ahead and, well, come back into the Cup Series in 2027. Also, we're going to discuss the amazing season that AJ Allmendinger is having in 2027 and how, well, what his chances may be of making the chase. All that and quite a bit more on this episode of A Splash of Asphalt Race Talk Live. So let's start off by talking about Alex Bowman. He went ahead and he addressed the rumors that he is out of his Hendrick Motorsports number 48 Chevrolet at the end of the 2026 season. Well, he did not come right out and say he's retiring, but he did say, whatever Hendrick and Jeff Gordon decide, that's the decision, that's the direction that he's going to go. What do you even say to that? I mean, reading between the lines, the best I can see Hendrick doing is maybe signing him to possibly a one year deal extension past the conclusion of this season. Though he very may just retire, honestly. Um, he just said something about working for his family as well. Now, here's something that everybody really, here's something is really impressive. AJ Allmendinger, Kaulig Racing, the whole Kaulig Racing Cup Series effort. Okay, they have put together quite a solid season, all things considered. Okay, now Kaulig is behind the whole Ram entries in the Craftsman Truck Series. Okay, it has not well for Ram's whole return to the Truck Series, but Chris Rice kind of shed some light on that this past week on Dale Jr. Download. He said that in order to get in business bed, so to speak, with Dodge or Stellantis, which is the Ram brand. They said that they sold off their Xfinity cars. They sold off all of their whole Xfinity operation, O'Reilly Series now operation. They went ahead and bought up a lot of older Truck Series trucks, a lot of older Truck Series trucks. Hence the reason that their whole effort really has not been that quick. They're just now, and he also also revealed this, that upcoming here at Richmond here in a few weeks is going to be the first time that the operation will have a brand new truck that they actually built on the racetrack. And that would be Justin Haley's entry that he's behind the wheel of. That's going to be at Richmond. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to take a step up in performance or not. And thus far, the season is kind of shows that they're a step or two behind in performance. Well, it'll be really interesting to see if they're able to take a step up. Now, what Chris Rice also kind of shed some light on was the big stumbling block, big issue with what's holding Dodge out of the Cup Series, right? What's holding them out? Well, what is holding them out at this point is engines. They don't have someone to specifically build their engines. There may be, they may have found someone at this point, but it's not announced. It's not, we don't know. Okay, what we do know is that they actually have been, I've actually going out and testing in the wind tunnel. They've been doing all kinds of different stuff. Now, the question is what, not only do they have wind tunnel, they have people in place, but the whole question is, they need a team. They're going to need drivers. And I think the team is without a doubt going to be Kaulig Racing because of their alliance in the Truck Series and Kaulig Racing's already laid out infrastructure. They have like 200 people throughout their team, employees. And then the existing 2 entries, and along with them entries, there are 2 charters in the Cup Series. Now, if you guys remember, or if you were fans long enough, Dodge, they kind of built a team from the ground up with Casey Kane and Casey Atwood in 2001. Then Toyota tried to build a team basically from the ground up with Michael Waltrip Racing, and it was a disaster. I mean, it was a horrible disaster in 2007. Missed a ton of races. I mean, just really barely any results. It was bad. Well, this would be better because they've beaten all the races. It would be a team that already had experience, was used to working together, was used to being on the road together. Just there was already chemistry. It would just be, I think, it would be ahead of the game in some aspects. Now, you also got to consider these things. Chris Rice, he was not willing to. He just said that they're really on board with anything that Dodge is willing to do. And yes, they want Dodge in the Cup Series because yes, they want to be driving Dodges. That's great. Well, last thing, really the last thing is that, after all, guys, one of the lead people from Dodge has already announced that they will be there in 2026, the Daytona 500, 2027, the Daytona 500 in a Dodge. I think it's a little ambitious, but hey, that's what they say. That's what they're saying, anyway. Anything's possible. After all, guys, it's only June. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys in on the TV schedule for Chicagoland this weekend. The ARCA race is actually happening as we speak on FS1 tomorrow. We got the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series practice on the CW app at 1:30 p.m. Followed by Cup Series qualifying on True TV at 3 p.m. And then Severo 300, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on CW at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Sunday, we're going to have the Aero 400, NASCAR Cup Series, broadcasted on TNT at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, so far we have had Cup Series practice. That was one of the things earlier in the day that actually was able to get on track. I'll go ahead and let you guys in on the top 10. And Toyotas were once again fast. Not a surprise. They've been fast all season. Well, Riley Herbst paced the field in practice with a lap of 178.065. His teammate Bubba Wallace was right behind him in second with a lap of 177.930. Kyle Larson was third. Denny Hamlin was fourth. Ty Gibbs rounded off the top 5 and fifth. Corey Heim, in one of his select starts this season, ended up practicing 6th. 7th was Austin Cindric. Tyler Reddick was 8th. Carson Osabar was 9th. And Chris Buescher rounded out the top 10. Well, alright, folks. That's pretty much everything I got for you. I'm going to go ahead and call it a show, and thanks for checking in with me. No, UHA 88 UHA, Hendrick definitely will not be running Dodge next year. Yeah, buddy, I was considering leaving, yeah, because there ain't many people on here, and well, honestly, I've already said everything I needed to say. But yeah, buddy, Hendrick definitely will be staying with Chevrolet. Probably Kaulig Racing will be the ones that will be driving Dodge, if anyone, next year. If anyone. In the Cup Series. I would say Kaulig Racing. Other than Kaulig Racing, it's difficult to say, but Kaulig Racing is the lead team at this point. And the reason I say that is because not off rip, no, not offhand, not to begin with. Give them some time, but not to begin with. Now, just like the Toyotas, it took them some time to get fast. Give them a couple few seasons, because they don't have Dodge does not have the Toyota Racing Development, the type of program that Toyota does. So they were able to get up and get to speed and go to speed fast. Dodge does not have that. So I think it'll be a more of a long and winding road for them. I think they'll get there, but I think it'll take longer. I mean, it may take up to 5 years for them to really get there. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just being honest. So, are you saying by saying they're French right now, are you saying that that's where they're, like, what do you mean by that? Just wondering. What do you mean by that? Well, guys, yeah. If you guys got any questions or want to talk any NASCAR, let me know down here in the comment section. So that's what I thought you might mean. Okay, so they're owned by a French company. I didn't know. I didn't realize that. Personally. I personally did not realize that. Does that surprise me? Not necessarily. But I didn't realize that. Joey Logano. Ooh. Well, my honest thoughts. Joey Logano is a overrated driver to a degree. And I say overrated only because he shouldn't. I don't feel like he should be a 3-time champion? I don't feel like he should be a 3-time champion. I feel like at least one of them championships, if not 2 of them championships that he won. Two of his most recent championships were he didn't have a good enough season to be a champion. So, if any, he should be a 1-time champion. That's how I feel about Joey Logano. And I feel like I don't know if this car doesn't agree with his driving style or what it is, but he's drastically fell off. And well, yeah, he drastically fell off in comparison with what he was in. And Joey Logano's just now so-so driver. Okay, where do you see Alex Bowman? What do I see Alex Bowman doing in the future? Says UHA 88 UHA. Says he likes him, but he's just not working out at Hendrick Motorsports. He has too many injuries. He also says, I hope Alex finds a good team. And then Theo Payton, 5070, says, okay, I understand that. But it seems like in the end of every season, he seems to win or get a lot of points near the end of the season. I don't disagree with you, Theo Payton. I don't really disagree with you. He does score a decent amount of points. He's not, and I was saying I did not say he was a bad driver. He's not the top driver that a lot of people was giving credit for there for a while. That's all I'm saying. Jordan, Ryan Storm Chaser, Jesus loves you. Thank you, buddy. Jesus loves you too. And then, yeah, UHA 88. I hope Alex finds a good team as well. I really, genuinely do. He's a good driver. I hope he's able to work them injuries out. Rating on NASCAR Heat's 90, Theo Payton says. Huh. Well, I guess that 90, I would rate him like now. I would rate him more like I would rate him maybe more like 86, but I don't know. UHA, I understand. That's what I'm saying, UHA. I never really liked. I'm not saying I never liked Joey, but he's just below the top tier drivers. I agree. 100%. Well, thank you everybody for jumping in the chat. Jumping in the chat, I really appreciate that, you guys. If it's possible, could you guys like the stream? Maybe we could draw some more people in here. We'll keep this thing going. We get the conversation going, get some more people asking questions, we'll keep going. Well, oh yeah, I think Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano crashed back then. That clash was a pretty interesting, funny, kind of goofy almost, but I think Kenseth saw a kid in Joey Logano, a disrespectful punk in Joey Logano at the time. He felt disrespected. Kenseth did. And Kenseth was standing up for himself. And rightfully so. And we seen what happened in Martinsville. So, there is that. Thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate it, pal. Well, there was also well, no, we'll talk about that another time. Oh, we do have something new on our channel. My buddy Josh that I normally do the show with, he just released the history of Chicagoland Raceway. So it's new and it's up on our channel now. And I'm about to be putting out the entire in-depth history of the IROC series. Oh yes, Theo Payton. I definitely remember the awesome wall ride deal that Ross Chastain did. What did they call that again? Damn. I can't remember what they called that, but yeah, I remember. And then they said no more. They wouldn't do it anymore, and they made a... Yeah, it was in Martinsville. Oh, yeah, I remember. I definitely remember it was in Martinsville. I just don't remember what they called it. Yep, it was, it did really look like something out of a video game, truthfully. Oh, man. That'll be something that people remember Ross Chastain for, honestly, probably forever. At least for decades and decades. That was incredible. I'll never forget it. There was also a really fun thing that I saw. I saw I saw this race one time where, and it wasn't like that. It was nothing like that. But these guys, they got together. They got up into the wall. They got down into the grass. They got back into each other. I mean, it was impressive. They didn't wreck. They made it back to the start finish line. It was impressive. But well, all right, folks. It's about that time. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap this episode up. Thanks for viewing this episode of A Splash of Asphalt Live. Everyone take care. Make sure and check out Chicagoland Raceway this weekend. And check us out in the post-race. Take care.